In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the new best updated defensive settings in NBA 2K23 Myteam to help you guys play better defense and to win more games as well. Last time I made one of these videos was about 3 months ago, and the defensive settings have changed a lot for what are the best ones to run and just how you want to play defense in Myteam. So I will be showing you guys all of the best defensive settings, and then at the end of the video, I'll be showing you guys all of the best offensive settings kind of as a bonus to show you guys the best playbook and the best freelance as well. But how to get to this screen to set up your defensive settings before a game, what you guys want to do is go to your lineup management, go to your team, and then scroll over to coaching, and then go down to coach game plan. And this will allow you to set up your defensive settings before the game does even start. So like last year, for example, you'd have to go to every single game and you'd have to set up your defensive settings before the game started. But if you do it this way, they will automatically save once you go into the game. So first off here, guys, I'll be showing you guys all the best defensive settings, and the first one is going to be on ball pressure. Now you want to have this on smother. In the past, I've said you want to have it on tight, but now I feel like in the game we've gotten some better defenders in my team, so I think running smother is going to be really nice. For example, when your CPU is guarding the ball, they're going to play really tight and really smother them and just play good defense. You don't want to run tight and you don't want to run moderate as well, because then people will just be able to shoot right in your face. So you want to run smother so you can kind of, stop the three-point shooting. Yes, you might give up the drive a little bit more, but I think we have good enough defenders. We have people with Hall of Fame clamps and good defensive badges to where they can stop people from getting to the basket. Now, off-ball pressure is really important because you don't want to run deny ball, because if you were to do that, yes, they're not going to get many threes open in the corner and they're not going to get many threes off, but you're going to be open to the backdoor cut. And this year, if you guys have noticed, that is a great way to score on next gen and current gen, is holding down Y or triangle depending on what console you guys are on, is to run that backdoor. So if you run deny ball, people are probably just going to backdoor you every single time. Tight, I think, is probably the best one to run because it's kind of in between the deny ball and the moderate, because if you run moderate, people are just going to pass to the corner, pass to the wing, and shoot in your face. And if you run deny ball, like I said, they're not going to get threes off, but you're just going to get backdoored every single play. So that's why I think tight is the best off-ball pressure to run. They're going to be close enough where they can't shoot in your face, and it's going to be, it's good enough where they're not gonna be able to backdoor you too many times. Now, the next one here that's really important is going to be on ball screen and on ball screen for center. Now, and there is a couple different ways you guys want to run this. I think the easiest way and the way that most people want to play defense is just going to be go over on ball screen and go over the on ball screen with the center as well. Probably the two easiest and most simple ones to run. Now, what a lot of comp people are doing is they're running switch and they're running switch. And what that does is every single time there's a screen set, the players will automatically switch. So if there's a pick and roll with the point guard in the center, your defensive point guard and your defensive center will switch. So now the point guard's on the center and the center's on their point guard. But you have to run a certain lineup and you have to know how to play switch all defense. Basically, this is a really good way to play defense if you're a comp player or if you know what you're doing on the defensive side of things and you're running a really tall lineup like a Magic Johnson, Terry Dishinger, Tim Thomas, let's say, for example, Tim Duncan, and a guy like Cream or D-Rob. You have a very tall lineup that you can play switch all defense and just switch all of the screens, and it's really tough to score against the switch all if people know what they're doing. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I do think the most simple way and most easy way to play defense is just going to be go over and go over. But if you want to try out switch and you have a tall lineup and you like kind of switching up the matchups and you like just to force people to have to make bad passes and really not know what they're doing, because every time I go up against somebody that's switching, it is very hard to score. But like I said, I think the easiest one and the one that I'll recommend to most of you guys is just going to be go over and go over as well. Now for the hedge, there is a couple of different ones you guys can run as well. I would say the best one is probably between no hedge and catch hedge, but the best three are no hedge, soft hedge, and then catch hedge. And you want to put the same one on both. You don't want to have different, like you don't want to have like hedge be soft hedge and then your hedge for center be catch hedge. That'd just be really different and really weird. So you want to have the same for both of them. Like I said, I think catch hedge or no hedge are the best. No hedge is basically going to be you have to use your hedge. Now, if you know basketball, you'll understand what a hedge is. I'm not going to really explain what a hedge is in basketball, but the center will do a catch hedge if they're the center or the on-ball player. And if you guys want to do no hedge, then it'll be you controlling the CPU, or sorry, it'll be you controlling the players and having to hedge yourself. So if you guys are good at hedging on defense, I would say you want to run no hedge. If you want a little bit more help from the CPU, then I'd say probably run catch hedge as the best one to go. For me though, like I said, I'm going to go no hedge. I do believe it's the best one to run. For stay attached, you definitely want to have this on yes. If you don't have this on yes, it's not going to be very good. I mean, you guys can read the description if you want, but I do think you want to have stay attached on yes. And then the next two important ones, probably the most important ones for stopping people from dropping from the corners, is going to be the drive help rules and the screen help rules. You want to have both of these on no help. If, for example, you have help and no rotation, you are just going to leave so many wide open threes in the corner. Or if you were to have this on automatic as well, basically, if you guys have noticed, if this is already on automatic, when somebody drives to the paint, a lot of times your corners will help and then leave up a wide open kick pass, which is just terrible and leads to a wide open three. So what you guys want to do is put that to no help. So if you get beat off the dribble, there's not going to be very many help coming from the corners, but that's fine. You'd rather give up the wide open two than the wide open three. So for my team, at least, maybe it's different in, IRL basketball, but for 2K at least, you definitely want to have no help on so your corners aren't dropping. And if you guys have noticed the corners dropping, that's how you guys fix it, putting screen help rules and drive help rules to no help. And then the last one here is going to be a transition defense. You want to have this on no threes, because basically what this does is when people are running in transition, let's say you get a stop and a rebound, right? And you grab the rebound and you're running in transition. You'll notice sometimes a lot of people, like the offensive players, they like to spread out to the 3-point line. And sometimes if you have this on wall up or if you have this on auto, they're just going to go right up to the paint and they're just going to leave open those threes in transition. So if you guys have noticed you're getting beat in transition, at least 3 points wise, you want to put this on no threes. So when your defense is getting back in transition, they're going to stop the 3-pointers from happening, right? And then you might give up a dunk or two in transition, but it's a lot better than giving up a three. So in my opinion, guys, these are going to be the best defensive settings. I'll just quickly go through it once again, not really explaining it, but on ball pressure going to be smother, off ball pressure going to be tight, on ball screen going to be go over, on ball screen center going to be go over as well. Like I said, you could run switch all if you really want to try something. Hedge, no hedge, hedge center, no hedge, stay attached on yes, drive help rules on no help, screen help rules on no help, and then transition defense on no threes. Also, I will say another one that you could probably try to run is going to be the cutter help. You want to have this on no help as well. I forgot to mention that. So cutter help rules is going to be also on no help as well. And guys, that's going to be the new best defensive settings. A lot different than the last time I did one of these videos, but like I said, last one, make sure you have cutter help rules on no help as well. Now for the best playbook, it's easily going to be the Bucks playbook. Now you can really run any playbook in the game as long as it has the Bucks 28 freelance, which we'll talk about here in a second. I'm just going to hop into a random domination game and just show you guys what is the best freelance to run and just kind of how you do set it up. So let me hop into domination here. But yeah, so those are the best defensive settings, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below maybe some other defensive settings you guys run, or maybe something else you guys would suggest. But in my opinion, and I've watched a lot of comp people play, and I know what a lot of comp people run, and that is usually the best defensive settings that most people run. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but the best offensive settings is just going to be have a playbook that has that Bucks 2018 freelance. And what this is going to do is it is just going to create you so much more space on the offensive end. If you run offense without a playbook, the spacing in the game is already terrible, even with a freelance on. So if you don't have a freelance, your spacing is going to be absolutely god awful. So make sure you guys are running that Bucks 2018 freelance. And I'll just show you guys here real quick, how to kind of set it up. So once you get the ball in your hands, you want to click right on the D-pad, which is the 4 arrows. Once you click right, you're going to see the screen pop up, and you want to click RB on Xbox or R1 on PlayStation. You want to click freelance, and then you want to click A for Bucks 2018. And what this is going to do is just kind of set you up kind of in a 5-out. It's not really to run a 5-out offense. It's just you guys can see when you play the game, you're going to be a little bit more space, have guys in the corner, and the spacing overall is just going to be a lot better. But this is a defensive settings video. Don't want to go too much into the offensive settings, but like I said, run the Bucks playbook, the Bucks 2018 freelance, and then that's how you guys call it, and that will just give you so much better spacing. But hopefully this video did help you guys out. If it did help you guys, make sure to drop a like and sub down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.